Alright, welcome to How to Cook a Carrot Cake with Chef Jason. This recipe has been in my family for over 100 years. It was given to us by my great-grandmother, and even if you don't like carrot cake, I guarantee you will like this one. Alright, here's a quick overview of the ingredients. There's a lot of them, and they're going to be coming quick, so you might need to write them down. You'll need 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 4 eggs, vanilla extract, 1 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, a bag of whole carrots, 1 cup of pecan pieces, a 16-ounce box of powdered sugar, 8-ounce package of Philadelphia cream cheese, 1 stick of butter, and 3 round baking tins. You need to get the cake variety, not the pie kind. For our first step, we're going to preheat our oven to 350. And we're going to grease our pans. You could use butter or Pam. I'm using vegetable oil. You just want to get it along all of the bottom and the sides too, so that the cake mixture won't stick. It's very sticky. Very easy to stick. And then you want to add a little bit of flour. Just make sure you coat all of the sides and the bottom as well. And then you want to shred your carrots by hand. You don't want to buy the bagged variety because it will not turn out right. So you want to shred 3 cups of carrots. Do not buy the bagged variety. Do it by hand. Now we're going to mix our dry ingredients. We've got our 2 cups of flour right here, our 2 cups of sugar, our 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, our half a teaspoon of salt, our tablespoon of baking powder, and our 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And we're going to mix these ingredients thoroughly. Just make sure that the cinnamon is evenly distributed. You'll be able to see. And after it's done, it should look something like that. Then we'll add our teaspoon of vanilla extract and our 4 eggs. I'm not going to bore you with all 4. There's 1, and here's 4. And then we want to mix this mixture thoroughly. This is going to take a few minutes. And it's not going to look like there's enough moisture in there, but just keep mixing and keep mixing and keep mixing, and eventually you will get to this consistency. Now this is still not even ready. What we're looking for is this right here, and when you've got that, you can add your carrots. Your 3 cups of shredded carrots, and then your 1 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And you're going to need to beat this too so that the carrots and the oil are evenly distributed. You'll be able to see whenever you get to this consistency right here where they are evenly distributed, then you're ready to put the cake mixture in your pans. Just try to get an even amount in all 3 pans. If one's a little bit bigger than the other, it doesn't matter. But try to make them as even as possible. And try not to spill it on the counter, as I did. Now we are ready to put our cake mixture in our preheated oven, 350 degrees. And when we get all 3 cakes in there, we're going to set our timer for 30 minutes. Now we're ready for the icing. We're going to use 16 ounces of powdered sugar, 1 box. 1 package, 8 ounces of cream cheese, stick of butter, some vanilla extract, a teaspoon, and our chopped nuts, 1 cup of chopped pecans. And then we're going to mix thoroughly. This is also going to take a long time. This is maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So you're just going to have to keep going at it, and eventually you'll get this. If it's a little too yellow, add some more powdered sugar. And after 30 minutes, I'm going to test with the toothpick. If nothing comes out on the toothpick, they're ready to take out. These were ready. And this is a very important step. You see how I'm putting them on a rack? They need to sit. They need to sit for at least 30 minutes or an hour until they're cool. Because if you try to spread the icing when they're cool, when they're hot, it's just going to melt and dribble and get everywhere. Now here, after about 30 minutes or an hour, I've got a piece of wax paper, and I'm going to flip these over. And some of them will come out quite easily. That one did. But watch this one. If it doesn't come out quite easily, you just want to barely shake and shake back and forth. Don't force it, because you don't want to tear these cake mixtures. Eventually they'll fall out. And there's our third cake. And for our final step, we're going to put onto our serving dish, remove the wax paper, and distribute the icing. Now, on your first 2 cake layers, you just need to put it on the top of the cake. Don't worry about the sides. After you've got all 3 cake mixtures on, cakes on, then you'll ice the sides. But don't worry about the sides for these first 2. So flip it over, put it on top of your icing, and distribute the icing just on the top. And for our third and final cake, we're going to distribute on the top, and then we're going to ice the sides. It makes it so much easier if you wait until the third cake. So this is me icing the sides. It's almost done. This mixture seems to make just enough icing, and there you go. I hope you enjoy this recipe. It's been in our family for about 100 years. It comes from my great-grandmother, and I know you'll love it. Enjoy.